All right, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, it's going to be fun tonight. I hope everybody's doing good. I think I'm going to do a little peach mango tonight. All right. We got a little bit. I'm sure there'll be some scenarios where some of this will be. What's going on, Jaden? All right. Jaden, I've got your favorite crystal light. I've got your favorite crystal light, the peach mango crystal light. I know you like that one. I hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about some special news that I have to share with you guys. Plus, on top of that, it's not going to be like a long night. So this is not a typical Funkatopia Live. So normally with the Funkatopia Lives, what we normally do is, we come on about 7:30 or so. And we'll be on till like anywhere like 10 or 11. So it's not a very, very typical one. Sorry, I got to shake up the crystal light. Or you can enjoy this. Use that for sound effects for something. And and then we stay on for a long time. Tonight it's not going to be a late night, so it's going to be cool. You can hang out. We're just going to have a good time. And Raymond, what's going on? Raymond asks, am I going to get the Prince? I'm going to get to those questions. So tonight we'll probably go to 8, probably. So it's not going to be a late night. It's all good. I'm not going to, screw up your nights, your evening plans for Saturday night. As you know, we do Funkatopia Live on Tuesday nights, and that's where we kind of get a little bit crazy and extended. Tonight, we're not going to be extended. It's cool. We just want to hang out with you guys and just have a good time. And, it is what it is. So lots of cool stuff going on. Tonight, we are going to be interviewing the one and only Justin Lee Schultz. For those of you who are not familiar with Justin, let me tell you, this kid is, I guess he technically doesn't qualify for a kid anymore. I think he's probably 16 now, probably. But he is a prodigy. He is just, and you're going to hear him play tonight. He's actually said that he's going to be playing something tonight. So this is going to be fun. We're going to actually be able to hang out, and you guys are actually going to be able to hear him play, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be so, so good. And I am really super excited about it. Quincy Jones latched onto this kid and said he is the next big thing. Kevin Whalum called him a prodigy to the highest degree. And I've never seen anybody that plays with this type of fluidity and is just such a ball of talent. The last person that I've seen with this kind of ball of talent was a gentleman by the name of Prince that we know. Now, obviously, Justin's not, one of these vocalists that kind of does that thing, but he's a multi-instrumentalist, and every single instrument he touches is just like his fingers are just all over the place. It's amazing. And so tonight we're going to actually get an opportunity to interview him, just talk with him and hear him play. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So man, I can't wait for you guys to check him out. There's so much cool stuff that's going to be going on. Plus on top of that, we've got some really cool interviews coming up on the 29th of this month, or the 29th of this month, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. The one and only Pepe Willie is going to be on this show. Pepe Willie is going to be on this show on Funkatopia Live. So we're actually going to meet with him, and you're going to be able to ask questions live Tuesday night, live. We're going to be there live. Okay, Jaden. And then at the end of October, the final Tuesday in October, we went ahead and got it locked down. We wanted to do a little bit sooner, but it's kind of been, we've kind of just shifting schedule things around. But at the end of October, we've got it locked in. The last Tuesday, October, the one and only Melvin Riley is going to be here on Facebook Live. For those of you who don't know who Melvin is, Sheila. That's right. Lead singer of Ready for the World is going to be here the last Tuesday in October. So we've got like lots of cool things going on. I can't wait. It's going to be It's going to be a lot of fun. Brian, so cool. You got all this stuff. So many extra things that are going on tonight. And of course, we got the special announcements. But let's get to some of these questions that were popping up in here. Raywin asks, are you going to get the Prince Sign of the Times Super Deluxe? Yes, I am actually. Dawn, hey, how are you doing? Yes, I am actually. I did the, I'll be honest. I ordered it through, oh my gosh, we've got so much extra stuff going on here. I ordered it through the estate site. Now, obviously I could have ordered Sign of the Times Super Deluxe through Amazon and saved quite a bit of money. Like a good bit of money. But I didn't. For some reason, there was something that was weird to me about the Amazon listing that I was not comfortable with. I wanted to make sure that I got my order in. I wanted to make sure it was pre-ordered, but I wasn't clear as to why we were being charged extra on, or why the pricing was so different. And Amazon is not perfect. Amazon has been known to actually have bogus listings where you will purchase something and then it's not legit or something falls through. And there was just something really wonky about the Amazon listing for Prince Sign of the Times Super Deluxe that I was not comfortable with. I was just not comfortable with the whole process. And so therefore I went ahead and ordered it through the estate, but I was not really pleased with that because of the fact that, it seems like the estate does things a lot of times to kind of shoot themselves in the foot for a variety of different things. And I am all about supporting the estate and all about supporting everything that they do and I want them to keep the doors open. I want them to keep the music coming. But if I order the Sign of the Times Super Deluxe on Amazon, and then I order it, or I can order it on the estate, and there's like a $35 difference between the two, and for the exact same product, that causes a lot of suspicion for me. For whatever reason, I decided to spend the extra money and just buy it through the estate because I kind of felt like maybe it was going to be the better idea. We will see. We will see whether or not that's going to pan out to be a good decision or not. But I know a lot of people purchased it on Amazon because you ordered it through the site, through the estate, and then you had to pay for shipping on top of that. Then they wanted you to pay like an exorbitant amount of shipping to make it happen. So I just was not. Yeah. The vinyl was very, very expensive. And I've already said before that one of the reasons why, and Brian, hey, how's everybody doing? Let me say hello to everybody here. Jaden, hello. Obviously, Dawn, hello. Brian, hello. What's going on, everybody? Lena, hello. In Denmark. Awesome. Yeah, so my concern is that, there's so many different things that are going on with the way the estate is doing things. My biggest issue, if I don't have money, this is not a problem. But if I'm okay with purchasing and supporting the estate and actually purchasing the album and going out of my way to actually purchase music, I do have a problem with something specifically. The thing I specifically have a problem with is them releasing the entire, not just the remastered version of Sign of the Times, but the whole thing, Super Deluxe. The most expensive one that you can buy, the one that separates you as a buyer from somebody who just likes Sign of the Times, for somebody who wants it all, somebody who wants to dig deeper in their pockets and purchase that Super Deluxe. And you take your hard-earned money and you pre-order this thing because you want it. You want that physical copy. And you want the advantage of being able to get this and enjoy it. But lo and behold, sometimes you don't get it on the day that it's supposed to be released. You end up having to wait a day or two after it's already been released. And the very day of its release, the entire Super Deluxe edition, happened with 1999, is available to everybody for free on Spotify. You're paying Spotify and a monthly fee. I get it. but everybody is allowed to hear what you paid extra money for free on Spotify. Again, if I'm somebody who's a little bit hard pressed on money, if I'm a little bit somebody who's hard pressed on cash, I'm okay with that. I'm like, you guys can be the suckers to pay the money and get it. I'm going to be able to listen to it anyways, because all you're going to do is take that CD and rip it down to MP3s and listen to it through your phone anyways. And the vinyl was even more expensive, but the problem I always have with vinyl is that I don't like having to go over to a record player every few songs and flip a vinyl. I can't. It's too much. I love vinyl. I love the sound of vinyl. I have a record player over here. I'm perfectly fine with vinyl. I love vinyl. However, it's the flipping. It's the constant interruptions of the audio journey. It's just, to me, it's just not. So I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to get the vinyl. The singles one that they did, that most people have already gotten, that was released, that was a limited edition, that intrigued me, but not enough for me to actually purchase. Yeah. So, and Raymond, as you said, it's right, Brian, and on YouTube as well. So, many of you guys know that, YouTube, if it's on YouTube, you can download it. You can download the audio. I'm telling you, there's websites that are out there. All you got to do is just put in the YouTube address and you can download the MP3 of any friggin' song. So you're basically, now with Spotify, that obviously is not an option, but if they put it on YouTube, you can get it. Anything, you can get it. It's silly. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, I did. I purchased it. I went out and spent the $70 or whatever it was for this. And let me tell you, it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's got, some of the stuff that's in here, it's got, all these really cool liner notes and really cool pictures and stuff that you just don't normally see. And of course, it also comes with this, amazing track listing and a little mini book that has like all this extra stuff in it. This is great. It's great, but I'm going to be able to see it online somewhere. And what makes it worse is that it will never be worth this again. What you paid for it, you'll never get it back, ever. The second that you get it in the mail, it's decreased in money. So what's the answer? Well, the answer is do like Taylor Swift did. Take a page from the book of T Swift. Don't put it on YouTube. Don't put it on Spotify until at least a few weeks have passed, so that the people who want to hear it will actually go out and get it. They don't have to just flip on their Spotify to listen to it. Give it some time. Give it some time for the people that actually have spent that hard-earned money to get the advantage of getting it. Will actually have more than just that advantage. You actually have just a better advantage. Susie, what's going on? How you doing? Sylvia, hello. Gloria, the butler doesn't flip your albums. Nah, I fired him in 89. He was smoking all my stuff, so I had to let him go. Yeah, so it's good. And Apple Music too. So yeah, so there you go. There's your answers. Anyways, it's just silliness. It's total silliness. And I don't, that's my biggest issue. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but I wanted to own it. I obviously want to own it, but the reality of it is that this is not whatever you buy now, vinyl, CD. I heard cassette tapes are coming back. Whatever it is that you buy, it's never going to be worth that again. It's just not, because the value of these things is just not the same anymore. You would have to remove yourself 50, 60 years down the road. it's really not a good investment. It really is not. I mean, it's great to be able to have it and play it and be able to support the estate and all that, but it's, buying stuff is really not a good investment. It's a great opportunity to have music and be able to hear it in whatever format that you like and wherever format you prefer. But outside of that, especially if you're going to be able to get it and hear it the same exact day as the people that purchase it, it just makes no sense. Susie said just to have a copy in your hand would be worth it, I would think. I mean, yes, I agree. I agree. I love the fact that I was able to get this. But you know what? I have yet to play one single CD out of here. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that I have, once it's ripped to MP3, I never need to friggin' listen. I don't have to crack this open ever again. I don't think I've opened every single one of the CDs that's in here. I don't even know what the pictures are in some of these. So there's some people that will read. I obviously did look over the liner notes and stuff, and of course with the the book and the book is amazing. This part I even located online to read, just so I wouldn't have to bend and crease the book. I don't know why I'm concerned about it, because again, it's just going to lose its value. I just have, as you can tell, a little bit of an issue with, Julie says CDs are for my car stereo. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. And so, but that's the other thing too, is that you want to leave a $75 box set in your car. Not typical. It's not typical. So anyways, there's that. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I will always do it. And I'll always support the estate. I plan to support the estate at all times, whatever I possibly can do. I went and, from purchasing books to purchasing CDs, to purchasing MP3s, to purchasing shows, to going to parties, to go into the celebration, purchasing box sets. But the reality is that I'll probably get the box set. I'll probably open it and maybe look at it. But then after that, it's just, Brian said, I order the vinyl from the estate and the digital from Apple. I don't mess with the CDs these days. Yeah, I hear you too. That's, and the other good advantages is that, yes, you do have those concert footage. That was like some of the primary things that was very, very interesting to me was the concert stuff that's planning to be on Sign of the Times, and the concert stuff that was in 1999. I mean, I've heard it. I've heard those shows, but never got to see those shows. So that's the advantage. Okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those scenarios is there an option to actually purchase something if you wanted to purchase some things going back and forth to, being able to create your own, kind of like a Spotify playlist, being able to create your own thing and pull things down. That seems logical, but it's going to be interesting. Again, less than 10 minutes from right now, we are going to be going live. I forgot to load the Funkatopia live music. It's so weird. I'm not used to doing this on Saturdays, so I'm psyched. It's so cool that we're actually doing this on yeah. Titus says, when your best friends are ordering, you don't want to be feeling left out. I totally get that too. You get all these people that are ordering this stuff, but you know what? There are some people, Susie, I don't know if you're posting pictures or something, but in StreamYard, I can't see them. I guess I'm going to switch over to Facebook here and look at some of the stuff so I can see some of the stuff that whenever people post pictures, it doesn't come through when we're looking at it on StreamYard. Oh my gosh, Susie, you're sending stars. Oh my gosh. Let me go ahead and just say how amazing it is when you guys send stars. I know on Facebook you have the option to send stars. That's so cool. Thank you so much. Because stars actually eventually become, I have not done the stars things, but Susie, you have been so actively sending stars. and I appreciate it. It's just such a cool thing. It kind of just shows that you appreciate the show and you like what's going on. And I can't thank you enough for posting stars. It's pretty awesome. So, Susie, and you killed it. I mean, last week, I think you sent like a ton of stars, and I can't thank you enough. It was pretty awesome. You rock all the time. You rock. But man, what an amazing thing. So I'm taken aback by people sending stars. Thank you, Susie, for sending so many stars. You send stars all the time, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think I made sure that I told you that on last week's show. I think I put a comment underneath one of the things you did. But so tonight we're going to be doing it. It's like 5 minutes from right now, actually 6 minutes from right now. We are going to be doing. We're going to be playing "This Could Be Us" after this song. This is Rip Hop Go the Zippa, and then we're going to do "This Could Be Us," and then we'll be going into the show where we are going to be welcoming Justin Lee Schultz into the arena, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, if you've never seen this kid, and I don't know, you can't say man because he's 15, 16 years old. You can't say kid because he kind of falls right in there. But he is amazingly talented. I have seen so many thousands of musicians over my years in music, not only in performing, but also in general, all the shows that I've seen, all the concerts I've been to, all the festivals I've seen thousands of musicians, and he is only 15, 16 years old right now. And he is one of these, well, yeah, Julius, you said he's 13, but I think he's older now. I think he's like 15 or 16 right now. I think we'll find out. I'm going to lock it in because I don't know when his exact date is, but it seemed like I saw something that was posted a year ago saying 15-year-old Justin. And so that since it was a year ago, I'm assuming he's 16, but unbelievable. My gosh. No, I don't have wine tonight, Brian. I was going to do wine, but trying to keep this more of a family show because I know that a lot of Justin's fans probably are going to stop in, and I didn't want to be sitting here drinking wine, talking to a young, impressionable mind who is amazing, just incredible. And I can't wait to talk to him. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I guess I got to make sure that I have my trusty Sennheisers. Tonight's show is not brought to you by Sennheiser. And you know what? We actually would absolutely entertain the possibility of people sponsoring the show or sponsoring individual shows. It doesn't matter. We're totally cool with that. However, it's never been offered, so we're not doing. This is one of those things, I think we're doing fine without him, so it's all good. Hey, Julius. Oh, Julius Patrick Schultz is his dad. So Julius is telling me he's 13. He would know. I think his dad would know. So we need to find out who that offender is on the video that said 15-year-old and Justin, and take that down and at least have them correct it because that's not correct. So he's 13, which makes it even more mind-blowing. It's just amazing to me. So I am, and first off, I know that you guys aren't used to me doing shows on Saturday nights. Normally when we do shows on Tuesday nights, which is our normal night, we're normally flooded. So I get that people are just trying to, is this kind of a weird one-off? If we have a guest that we really want to talk to and they don't have availability on a Tuesday night, we're totally fine. We're perfectly okay with doing these live shows. And if you're missing it, or if you happen to miss it, that's perfectly fine because we will take it, we'll edit it, we'll put it up, and that's where you'll be able to see it and hear it on places like iTunes and iHeartRadio and YouTube and Facebook and such and such. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to have a good time. So, Julie, I'm glad you are bored tonight and that I could come in and step in and provide your entertainment. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it, and we're going to have a good time. And again, Valicia, hello. Or is it Valicia? Is it Valicia or Valicia? I don't know. If I put an F in front, I would certainly say Felicia, but you have a V in front. So is it Valicia or Valicia? Either way, hello. Sylvia says, which version of Sign of the Times did I get? I did get the CD version. And the only reason why I got this, I would have gotten something else, but the other thing is that the vinyl version was very, very expensive. Again, I don't like flipping albums. I love the sound of albums, and if I can find a good deal on them later in the future, I will. But I just got the CD version. I was more interested in the book more than anything else because, you know, Velsha. Okay. I'll go with that. Anyways, so it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. As I mentioned, we are going to be going live here on Funkatopia Live in a minute 30. We'll talk a little bit through most of the information that I gave you. We're going to go through again, so I'm not going to bother giving it to you again at this moment, because once we go live here in just a second, I'm going to, I got to make sure that I've actually got audio. Let's make sure that, check, 1, 2. I do. Check. Good. Got to make sure that we got audio and everything's hooked up. I forgot when I had that crash and burn of a record player, the vinyl party that I wanted to have. We had a vinyl party and everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. So as you can tell, I'm back to my old system where I'm actually playing right here to the laptop as opposed to doing it on the desktop, because until I can get an audio person in here, maybe I can talk Julius into coming through here and doing some audio. But, getting just some folks in here to kind of work through some of these audio issues that I have, because this is not, it's a home studio, but it's hooked up for a very, very specific thing. So when I upset the balance and I shift to something different, it totally upsets the balance. But anyway, so yeah, I'm glad I looked over because it was different. All right, we got 15 seconds and we are going to be, I don't have to put my headset on until Justin comes on, and Justin's coming on. We got 15 seconds, and actually Justin is already in the pocket. So we're going live. Hold on a second. Hello, one and all. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Guess I better take a drink of water before we start this process. No, it's not wine. There is Crystal Light, though. So a little bit of cheating. Hope everybody's doing good tonight on this special night. And we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and stop the music because we got so much to do tonight. Actually, not so much to do tonight. We got one thing to do tonight. It's a special night, a special Saturday night edition of Funkatopia Live. We have an amazing show tonight with our with somebody that I've seen on YouTube, and I kept seeing him popping up on TV, Justin Lee Schultz, who is this amazing instrumentalist and performer. And there was something that I saw, and I can't remember what it is. I can't remember which song it was. It seemed like maybe it was an original, but there was something that I saw on YouTube, I believe it was, and he was playing piano, and literally I found myself choking back tears. It was just like so emotional, and he was just so in the zone with whatever song it was that he was playing. And I ended up down a rabbit hole to get to that video. So I've never been able to re-find that video, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to find this again. And then it just so happened that he has a new single that is coming out that he was actually got to play with Bob James and Pieces of a Dream. And I was like, I have to find some type of opportunity to be able to get him in. And luckily he is with us tonight. And I am so friggin' excited to have him on board, because it's like doing an early interview with like Herbie Hancock. That's literally, or Bob James. That's exactly what it is. It's like catching one of them in their teenage years and having access to somebody like that. And he is on the show tonight, and he is actually waiting in the wings. And I'm going to bring him in just a minute, because I want to make sure that I also get a couple of announcements out of the way. Also, we have not this Tuesday coming up in a few days, but next Tuesday, we are having very, very special guest. Mr. Pepe Willie is going to be in. And for those of you who don't know, he is pretty much like one of the godfathers of Minneapolis. He was one that helped to discover Prince and kind of bring him into the foray. And he also was, played with Prince in his band 94 East. And he's releasing his brand new book, and not this Tuesday coming up, but this next Tuesday, Pepe Willie's going to be on. So be sure that you tune in for that, because that's going to be phenomenal. Also, the Wednesday preceding that, he's going to be doing a special on the PRN alumni site. So you'll be able to see him there for the official book launch. And then that following Tuesday, he'll be right here on the show. And also, we locked it in the books, and I'm going to have to pull it up because I'm not going to remember the date off the top of my head. But in October, we went ahead and locked it in because there was so much going on with this gentleman that we just had to get him on the show. And I reached out to him, and on the 27th of October, I know that's a far time away, but on the 27th of October, we are so excited to welcome the one and only Melvin Riley on the show, who many of you know as the lead singer of Ready for the World. He is going to be on, and there's a bunch of stuff that's happening, a bunch of surprises, new music, and all kinds of stuff that he's going to be revealing right here on the show on Funkatopia Live. That's October 27th. Melvin Riley from Ready for the World, he'll be on the show as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I know this is not a typical scenario for you, but what I would like to tell you, if you want to tune in to video, you certainly possibly can, because you will be able to see the one and only Justin Lee Schultz with us here tonight. And I'm about to bring him on. So if you want to see him, that's where you have to go. You have to go to either YouTube and find us there, or you can go to facebook.com/Funkatopia and you can watch the video. We're on Facebook right now. And then on top of that, you can also chat. We've got a huge chat room that's going on here. So all that being said, lots of activity already in the chat room. Let's bring Justin on, and let's make sure he's got some good audio. How you doing, Justin?
Hey, Mr. Christopher, I'm doing great. How about you?
Oh man, I am doing great. So I am so honored. It's kind of freaks me out to have somebody so young on the show, and it's just an honor to have you on here. Man, it's just so cool. I mean, okay, so I saw this video and I was like, how old is Justin now? And I saw this video, and there was some video on YouTube. If you just look up your name on YouTube, there was some video that says Justin Lee Schultz, 15, plays on blah, 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 blah. And it was done a year ago. And I was like, okay, so that must mean he's 16 now. And then, of course, your dad got on and was like, nope, he's not 16.
Yep, I'm 13, yeah.
I can't believe you're 13. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
All right. So, and I said this before, that I ended up on a rabbit hole. I'm a huge David Sanborn, Bob James fan. I'm, not really closet. I love that stuff. And, I spent a lot of time with a lot of friends who were really, really hardcore into jazz. And so, got the Dave Weckels and the Chick Coreas and all those guys. And so, and I got to hear a lot of that music. And for some reason I was down a rabbit hole, and then all of a sudden you popped up.
Really?
and you were doing a cover of Chick Corea song. I think it was Spain, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I was totally taken aback. I was like, who? And you looked even young. I mean, I think that's a current video, isn't it?
It depends, because we did Spain so many times, so it depends which video.
That's just, I mean, it's just crazy to me that it's just unreal. So I ended up down this rabbit hole with you, and I stumbled upon this piano piece, and it was a real quiet scenario, and I've never been able to, I don't know what the song was. It may have been an original. I don't know. But you were just in the zone, just playing some, and I literally was just holding my breath the whole time I'm watching you play. And I'm thinking to myself, man, what exactly does it, what has to happen in somebody's mind? Because this is, it's a mind thing, right? It's a brain thing. It's like, what gets switched on in order to make somebody just be able to connect with music the way that you do? So to kind of help people out here and let me shut up for a second and doing all these glowing reviews, tell people a little bit about you and how you guys started, because I know your family's a musical family, but kind of give us a little bit of history of you.
So I'm 13 years old. I started playing music when I was around 5 years old. My dad is a jazz guitarist, so I would always go to his rehearsals and go to his shows. And I think that's what like kind of drew me to music. And plus, my sister plays drums, so it was kind of already in the family. So yeah, we're all in a band together. It's called the JLS Experience. So yeah, that's kind of the origin story, I guess.
Well, that's fine. I mean, that's kind of what people want to know is just, you know, where you, because did I read this right that you were born in South Africa?
Yes, I was born in Johannesburg, South Africa, and we moved to the States in 2015 when I was 8. So yeah.
Okay, so where now? So you said your dad was actively involved in writing and just, you know, just being a performer itself. So about what age was it that you got behind a keyboard and just started tinkering around?
Well, I actually have the exact date. It was April 7th, 2012. I just turned 5 that February, so I was 5. There was a keyboard in the house, and I just started like twinkling around on it, see what I could do. So yeah.
It's just great. Now I know that you're planning on playing tonight, but just for those folks that are here that have never heard you play, just play like a minute of something, just so people can kind of get an idea of your prowess. Just so people can get a little taste of you. So I'm gonna let Justin play just something for a minute, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more.
Okay. I'll play something we'll talk about later, but I think I'm gonna do like a Bob James thing.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh my God. All right, let me kind of give you a picture. For those of you who are not watching the video right now, not once did he look down at the keyboard. He was just, once again, he's in the zone and just playing. Not once did he look down. I mean, it just amazes me that do you read music?
Actually, I started reading music like 2 years ago because I was in this jazz orchestra, so I kind of do read music, but I definitely need to get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, because at that point you're a quadruple threat, really.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's just, you know, it's kind of one of those scenarios where I just so let's talk. You got some brand new music that's coming out with Bob James. Matter of fact, I think I saw a video of you and Bob James sitting together at a piano. I didn't get a chance to click play, but I was just like, oh, I got to save that for later because I absolutely got to watch this. So my first question is, this is kind of obvious. Most kids your age are TikToking or doing whatever else they want to do. And I know you actually do TikTok, but you actually use it productively, as opposed to what's happening now. But what kind of music is this? The kind of music that you listen to is like the Bob James and the Chick Coreas and things like this, or are there any current artists that you like at all?
Yeah, so mainly I kind of try to be like all around genre-wise when I'm listening to music. So I listen to like Bob James, David Sanborn, Jonathan Butler, but I also listen to like Bruno Mars and Michael Jackson and Jimi Hendrix. So I try to keep it like all over the place listening-wise, so I don't like keep myself in a box of just jazz.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah.
And it would behoove me not to ask, since we have I know a lot, you may or may not know this, but a huge core of Funkatopia are hardcore Prince fans. Do you have have you dove into that catalog at all?
Yes, I love Prince. Actually, because I actually tour with Pieces of a Dream. So at the end
Right.
of our set, we go into like a Purple Rain type thing. It's awesome. So yeah,
Uh,
I love Prince.
Yeah, well, I will make sure that I am going to send your dad some specific, very, very keyboard specific files that are not typical top 40 type prints. They're a little bit more deeper cuts, but
Awesome.
yeah, I want to make sure that you add this to your repertoire
For
because
sure.
he was amazing. But if I sat down at a piano at a party, we just happened to go to a party, maybe it's like some cocktail party, a bunch of grown-up folks walking around in suits, and there happened to be a grand piano that was sitting there, and I sat down and played what you played, I would be the hit of the party right out of the gate as an old 52-year-old man. but but you're 13 and you sit down and you're just a friggin' just a monster. And
Thank you.
I can't, it's just hard for me to fathom. And so do you feel like is piano where you're most comfortable? Because I know that you're a multi-instrumentalist and you play a lot of other instruments as well, bass guitar and things like that. Is there another instrument that you feel just as comfortable on?
Well, since I've been playing the piano for 8 years, this is definitely the one I'm most comfortable on. The other instruments like guitar, I've only been playing for like a year, and bass only for a couple months. So this is definitely where my most comfortable at. Where I'm most comfortable at. Yep.
Yeah, I saw you doing some type of back and forth with another artist. I can't remember who it was with the guitar. You guys were kind of tossing back and forth some licks, and I can't remember who that was. But it's still just shocking to me how fluid you are and how easily that you pick up these instruments. And you said you don't read music, but in the way that you play is very, very technical. There's a lot of music theory in what you're. Do you just feel it's just pretty much just come naturally to you? I mean, or is there something else, other process that you go through when you're learning music, like Bob James?
I think it comes naturally, but like there was also a lot of practice involved. So once I get like something soaked in, then it just kind of naturally comes since I've been practicing it a lot. Oh, but actually, I do kind of read music, but just to clarify, I do kind of read music, but not as much as I used to. So yeah.
Right. So when you're watching, say like you see a specific video of like Stevie Wonder or somebody playing, and I'm not a keyboardist, but as a keyboardist, what are you paying attention to as you're watching videos? Or are you watching their fingers? Are you watching their techniques? Are you just listening to it? What are specific things that you pick out in order to learn a song?
Well, if I'm just listening to the song, I'll listen to the melody. I'll listen to like how he's singing. But if I'm like actually transcribing something, I will like intensely listen to the piano over and over and kind of listen to the techniques or watch his techniques and try to mimic that so I can incorporate it into my playing. So yeah.
Is there a specific song that you are currently trying to learn that is maybe you can't nail, or has there been a song that you've tried to learn that just really, really frustrates you, or that took you a long time to really grab a hold of?
Well, there was this one song. Are you an Oscar Peterson fan?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
yes.
So there's this solo piano album, and there's a song called "Body and Soul" on it, and it kind of starts like. So that's how like the song starts. But at first when I was transcribing it, I struggled. But that's like the whole point because I wanted to push through and like practice it until I got it. So yeah.
That's just got to be so frustrating. There's some things that, I'm a professional vocalist. And so, I mean, I haven't done that in a long time, but back in the day I was a singer in many bands.
Nice.
But some things would happen where, there was just some vocalists that I just couldn't get to. I couldn't match the vibrato or the runs, or it was just too difficult for me to, nail things. So is there any type of artist like that besides Oscar that really just kind of make you frustrated every time you hear is like, God, how is he doing that?
It depends. Like my piano teacher, he's like the best jazz pianist in my opinion. And like sometimes he'll play stuff like maybe like a really fast lick, or he's like playing really like it's so crazy. He'll play like something like erratic, and I'll be like, how is he doing that? So definitely my piano teacher. On different instruments, like maybe on guitar, George Benson. I'm a huge fan of his, and I'm like, how does he do that? So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I got some fans in the house. Elsie said, Justin, been following you on Instagram. You never cease to amaze me.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we know who Julius is. He says, you have a great piano teacher too. You already gave him a shout out. So there's a second shout out from your dad.
Shout out to my dad too. He's a beast on guitar.
Yeah, it's we were watching kind of, I think it was America's Most Musical Family, which is a really awkward name for a TV show. Yep. But they should probably just go with an acronym. But very, very specific show. Yeah. So how did you guys get onto that show, or how did you hear about that show? And then, of course, how do you go about picking a song to perform something like that?
Well, I think one of my dad's friends actually sent like a poster of the show to him. I'm not really sure how we got on the show, but in terms of picking out music, they kind of gave us like a sheet of like music that we can like rearrange, and they also gave us the power to like pick a song, and if it clears, then we could play it. So yeah.
And it's so I saw the video of you when you went to go see Kevin Whalum, and he actually brought you up on stage, and that's when he called you the prodigy to the highest degree. And of course, you have to. I don't know, how old were you when at that show?
I think I was maybe 11 or 12. Yeah.
And you go in, you step on the stage with these jazz greats, and you just totally took control at 11 or 12, doesn't matter. even if I say 12, it's crazy. And you totally took control of the stage. You were showing the band what to do. You were making eye contact. You were in touch with everything that was going on there. So you just completely feel totally at home on stage, pretty much. And I've seen some NAMM performances too. So do you just feel like that's just any butterflies at all?
Oh, well, I tend to get butterflies like just before I'm on stage, but like once I'm on there, everything gets calm. I'm enjoying myself with my dad and my sister on stage. So yeah, I'm definitely comfortable on stage. Oh, and the crazy thing about the Kevin Whalum thing was we didn't even have any rehearsal. I didn't even know I was going to be playing up until I think like 10 minutes before he called me up. So yeah. That's
just insane. So they hadn't even prepared for that song at all. They just kind of, and it sounded totally, and there were so many nuances to the songs that you were playing. There were high parts and low parts and breakdowns, and it just seemed like it was totally just in the flow. Do you foresee yourself releasing your own album? Just specifically Justin Lee Schultz, that just you, not necessarily with the family thing, but do you see something like that coming in the very, very near future? Because you seem to be, a very, very successful at what you do from social media standpoint.
Well, actually, my debut album is coming out November 13th.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
It's called Groove Kid, and it's going to be through Shawnee Records as well. And my dad produced and helped me arrange the whole thing. And my sister played drums on a couple songs. So yeah, November 13th. Nice.
Man, I'm be so looking forward to that. I'm make sure that I stay in contact with your dad. I got to get some early clips to put in rotation on the radio show. So Obed says, greetings from South Africa. He says, great stuff, boy.
Thanks so much. and on the album, there's going to be Bob James, Najee, Jill Albright, Pieces of a Dream, Jonathan Butler, more. It's crazy. I'm super excited.
So yeah, see, there's another Prince connection right there is Najee. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Najee played with Prince on the One Night Alone. Well, actually, with One Night Alone, it was the tour right before that. And for those who've never seen Najee, it was just amazing. He's one of these guys that can just hold a note for what seems like forever. Man, what a guy. I got more love here from you from Patricia saying, hello, Justin, sending love from South Africa. So proud of you. Big love to your dad.
Thank you so much, Miss Patricia.
And then Maxine, I can't wait to watch this kid's music. Gonna check him out. Oh, it's just you have to you have to just go down a rabbit hole with Justin, and in these YouTube videos for
Thank you
sure.
so much.
I mean, it's just unreal. And, so, and as I said, current artists, you mentioned Bruno Mars, but then you kind of went backwards and you were like Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
some other artists. Is there anything to me as an old guy, and I'm sure that your dad feels the same way, that a lot of music that's on the radio today, the radio specifically we're talking about, terrestrial radio, it really to me is just very, very disposable. Is there anything that you feel like is out there that you think is worth a second listen to? I was able to pick somebody out. I kind of felt like, even though it's a little bit more electronic leaning, I felt that Billie Eilish was doing something that was very, very different. And I thought that she was really creative for what she was doing. Is there anybody in top 40 radio today that even get your attention at all besides Bruno?
Maybe Billie Eilish. Yeah, her music is pretty cool and makes you like kind of think too. So Billie Eilish. I'm not sure of anybody else, but yeah, maybe.
It's just amazing. So I want to ask. I had to get these notes in front of me because again, you've got this new album out that's coming out November 13th called Groove Kid. Can't wait for that. And so tell me what it's like to work with Bob James. I mean, I have to know what it's. You're sitting down next to a legend, a jazz legend. So what's that like?
It's super amazing working with Bob James. It was a dream come true because since I was like 1 or 2, I've been watching his videos and stuff. So seeing him in person was just like a dream come true. Playing next to him was like, I was like over the moon. And even working with him, like I sent him the track that was going to be on the album. He killed it. I was super happy with it. It's so amazing.
And also, what's it like to work with Pieces of a Dream?
Pieces of a Dream is amazing. James Lloyd, the keyboard player, is like my uncle. We have a great relationship off and on stage. So yeah.
So what's it like, again, we already talked about Kevin Whalen talking that you were the prodigy to the highest degree, but you've also received tons of praises from, Quincy Jones and Robert Glasper, and also Harry Connick Jr. as well. So how does it make you, I mean, obviously you're appreciative of those comments, but do you kind of feel like, how does it make you feel when you hear all these legends saying that stuff about you?
Sometimes I don't even believe it because like they're so amazing, and I'm such big fans of those guys. Harry Connick Jr. I mean Quincy Jones, he's like the literal GOAT, greatest of all time. So it's definitely unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. And I got some more information here on your CD that's coming out too. Your dad, who's bassist, he also co-produced the CD too.
Yes, he co-produced. He wrote, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 6 songs on the album. He played bass on some songs. He co-arranged with me on some songs. So yeah, he's couldn't have done that.
I think somebody was asking here what all instruments can he play, and you name obviously keyboard is your go-to, but also have listed here guitar, bass, talkbox, and what's a harpeggi? What is that?
Pronounce that? A harpeggi is basically harpeggi is basically like it's probably like this long and this big, and it's a piece of wood with like 16 strings across. So it's kind of a mix of a keyboard and a guitar. And if you slide up the string, it's a chromatic scale, and if you slide across, it's a whole tone scale. So you kind of figure it out like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely check it out. Like the tone is amazing. I even did a video of Spain by Chicoria where I was playing guitar, keyboard, and harpeggi. So yeah.
Man, that's just great. And I think now that you've pronounced it correctly, I think I have heard of that before, but maybe it was Stevie Wonder that I saw play one before. It was something that he was incorporated with a talk box that he was also, it was something very, very similar to that.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder does play harpeggi. Corey Henry plays a harpeggi. Jacob Collier plays a harpeggi. A lot of people.
And you mentioned Quincy Jones. And what was it like meeting him? And have you got a chance to ever do anything with him yet?
It was so crazy meeting him. We actually went over his house, which was like unbelievable on its own.
Oh yeah, I bet.
He's
got a little money.
Yeah, yeah. It was in Bel Air. He was really nice, really down to earth. I got to play on his Bosendorfer piano, which was crazy. So yeah, it was really an unbelievable experience, and I was definitely starstruck.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of hard, even if you're not a fan of Quincy Jones, to kind of, I did actually get an opportunity to actually meet Quincy
Nice.
when I was your age, matter of fact,
Wow.
in New
Nice.
York City. And my mother has the picture somewhere. And I didn't really fully appreciate it to your extent about who I was with, but I was just like, I know that's Quincy Jones, and I got my picture taken with him. So it was cool to actually get my picture taken with him, but it really didn't realize the significance of it until much later in life.
Yeah.
But I know you want to play some music, and I know people want to hear you play and not hear me talk. So you said you were going to do something with Talkbox. What are you? What's your plans with Talkbox?
I can do some Bruno Mars stuff.
Oh, that'd be great. Sure.
Yeah.
I know we got lots of Bruno Mars. For those of you who are just joining us on Funkatopia or the Funked Up app, which is broadcast worldwide, I know there's people all around the world that are listening right now. My apologies for not introducing or interrupting this interview enough to keep reintroducing him, but you are sitting in with Justin Lee Schultz. We're doing a special Saturday night broadcast of Funkatopia Live with Justin Lee Schultz, who is this, I mean, I hate using child prodigy because somebody who is at the level that you're at musically deserves to be able to shake the title of child. You're just a prodigy, just flat out, just a prodigy, a musical prodigy. Yeah, you're just amazing. You can definitely go on YouTube and hear him do his thing, but he's going to play a little something with Talkbox. He's going to cover a little bit of Bruno Mars right now. So I'm going to mute myself and get out of the mix and let Justin do his thing. All right, go ahead, buddy.
Thanks, Mr. Christopher. Let's
no
go.
problem.
Yeah, when we turn next weather, so tonight I'm gonna show you all when we're with you. So you can't just maybe that's what you do. I know that you don't play it all like somebody. Don't play not dead. We actually really love this. It don't make no sense, I ain't listening to this. You know that I ain't really honest. It don't make no sense.
I hope I didn't freak you out switching to solo view, but I was realized people don't want to just watch my face while you're playing. Oh my gosh. I can't even begin to thank you enough for coming on the show, Justin, because it's, as I said before, you probably didn't, I don't know if you or dad got an opportunity to hear a little bit of the pre-show, but as I said early, it literally is like being able to sit down and talk with somebody who is like right on the cusp of explosion, because the amount of talent that you have is just stunning. It's just, I can't even, I would love to come and actually see you in concert just to watch you play, because the way that you play, the how effortless it is to you and how you were just in that zone is just so fantastic.
Thank you so much.
How can people, I mean, before we go, I want to make sure that we do a couple things for sure. We've got, Donna says, wow, super cool. Obviously.
Thanks, Miss Donna.
Yeah. So we got, and Brian Davis says, fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks for your support.
Maxine got his Stevie Wonder going on. Absolutely.
Yes.
And he actually does do a cover of Do I Do that I saw online. Oh my gosh. So it's just unreal. Have you ever heard from Stevie at all? Has Stevie ever reached out to you?
No, but I hope to meet him in the near future though.
Oh, I hope so too, because you guys would be perfect. Oh my gosh. Just unbelievable.
Oh, and Do I Do is actually going to be on my album. I'm doing Talkbox on it. So yeah, we have.
Oh, so you'll definitely hear from him. Yeah. Anytime that he gets a royalty check, he finds out who's what. So,
right.
Yeah, and of course, Maxine said, doing 3 things at once. Wow. Patricia Jacobs. Yeah. And a bunch of emojis. I don't even know what some of those emojis are. Yeah. Gloria says, oh, wonderful, Justin. And Patricia's like, oh my word, yes. And Andre's nice. Just kind of giving you, Andre says, future genius. Gloria says, incredible. Yeah, I mean, literally, if you could see, I'm surprised you can't see the chat thing, but it's just nothing but just wows and blown away faces. And
thank you.
Where can people find more information about you and your family and everything that you guys are doing?
On social media, my Instagram is official_Justin Lee Schultz.
Okay.
Our Facebook page is the JLS Experience. And my YouTube channel is called Justin Lee Schultz, just my name. So yeah,
nice.
That's basically where you can find us on all social media.
And it's just, I mean, it's so friggin' cool to have you on. And again, you have a brand new album out coming out November 13th. There's also a brand new single that there was, I heard, what was the single that was coming out that's, I guess, just came out?
Yes, it just came out yesterday. It's called Just In.
Just In. But I get it. I see what you did there.
Yeah, see what I did? Yeah. Written by James Lloyd of Pieces of a Dream, and Gerald Albright's on there, and Pieces of a Dream's on there. So yeah, check it
nice. Out. So speaking of which, before we go on that, you have any of your original stuff that you wrote on here?
Yes, I do. I think I wrote about 3 songs, and 1 song I co-wrote with my dad. So yeah, originals.
I cannot wait to hear this album. It's going to be called Groove Kid, GRUV Kid.
Right.
Not so to make sure that you spell it correctly. If you're going to look it up, GRUV Kid. Right. GRUV. And that's coming out November 13th, just 5 days before my birthday. So I'll make sure that your dad gets an email so that I can get a birthday present of a CD signed
for sure.
by the one and only Justin, thank you so much for coming and hanging out, man. I appreciate it. I am looking forward to seeing this on YouTube and trying to help and spread the word about you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday. I know Saturday is probably the only free time you have nowadays.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Christopher. I really had a nice time.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, Justin. Guys, everybody give a virtual wave and thank you to Justin. Justin, thank you so much. We'll be in touch. We'll see you guys later. Adios.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. That was Justin Lee Schultz, and it's amazing because that is the ultimate. I mean, I love the fact to get him on the show, and I will definitely make sure that when his stuff comes out, we will get that super funky stuff, extract that stuff, make sure you get to hear it. I wanted you guys to be able to hear it because the guy is amazing. Oh my gosh. It's still shocking to me. It's still shocking to me. Look, I want to make sure that, yes, actually, again, he said his YouTube username was Justin Lee Schultz, just his name. So Justin Lee, Lee, and then Schultz, SCHULTZ. So you can get his YouTube stuff there. And of course, he also mentioned JLS Experience. You may not have been able to make that out. That's the acronyms, Justin Lee Schultz Experience, JLS Experience. He also does Instagram. I think he said something _ Justin Lee Schultz. What was it? I'm sure we'll be able to rewatch the video and watch that out. Look, I want to make sure that you guys got an opportunity to hear him because we're going to look back on this day. We're going to be looking back on this interview and we're going to be able to say, oh yeah, I remember when that Saturday night I was sitting home doing nothing. I flipped on Funkatopia Live and Justin was on the show and he was only 13 at the time. He's going to be all over the place. He's already making appearances at NAMM, which many of you know is, one of the internationally renowned music conferences that is around town. It takes place, I think, in the Vegas and various places, but he's already making appearances and blowing away people all across the world. And he's more talented than a lot of musicians that I've seen over the years. So I am just, thank you, Julius. Official_Justin Lee Schultz is his Instagram. So that's at official_Justin Lee Schultz. So thank you, Julius, for giving me that information. Thank you, everybody, for filling the details in. See, as I told you, that wasn't too painful for a Saturday night, was it? I wanted to do a little bit of a special kind of boost for you on Saturday night so that you can kind of get your Saturday night moving. And I want to set you off on a little bit of a YouTube rabbit hole. So we're going to end the Funkatopia Live here tonight. Obviously, you can still tune in and still continue listening to the radio show on Funked Up. And of course, live on funkatopia.com/Funkatopia. But I also wanted you to take an opportunity to go ahead and pause that for a minute too, and go onto YouTube and look up Justin Lee Schultz and look up his individual videos that he has that are out there. It's incredible. He's got so much great music, so much great stuff that's out there. And just to see him do his thing, unreal. You have to check him out. I'm telling you, it's kind of like giving you like the ultimate stock tip, like back when Amazon was $1.50. Justin Lee Schultz, get on board now because it's unreal. His whole family is unreal. The whole family is just fantastic. So I'm telling you, this was great. I had an absolute great time spending a Saturday with you guys, just hanging out and just doing this. So much love. I hope you guys are all doing well on this Saturday night. I'm giving you back your Saturday right now so I can send you down that YouTube rabbit hole. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. We'll talk to you on Tuesday night. Remember Tuesday night? I have no idea what we're going to do on Tuesday night. It's probably another one of those free-for-alls where we're just going to be sitting around talking about whatever it is you want to talk about. And then remember also the next following Tuesday, Pepe Willie, the godfather of Minneapolis funk, is going to be on this show next Tuesday. Pepe Willie, he's got a brand new book called If You See Me. Is that the name of it? If You Can See Me, or If You... he's got a brand new book that's coming out. He's going to do a book launch on the Wednesday for PRN alumni. And then the following Tuesday, he'll be on the show. And then, as I mentioned, October 27th, the one and only Melvin Riley, lead singer for Ready for the World, will be on this show as well. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk with him about the history of Ready for the World and all the craziness that went on when that album came out and dropped. Man, what an amazing time. Hope you had a great, at least a couple hours here. It's been amazing. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. I'm turning it back over to the music, and we'll see you guys soon. Adios. See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, I'll make this video available ASAP. Good night.